Hello, and today I want to talk about something that, I've wanted to talk about for quite some time now, but I've never gotten around to it because I just haven't. Anyway, Smash Ultimate. I'm here to say what I feel about the game, and I'm sorry to say this, but I do not like Ultimate. That is the simple answer. Why don't I like the game? Well, I'm going to go through my views on the series, and that will hopefully help you understand why I don't like Ultimate. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use green for positives and red for negatives. Let's change this to green. Yeah. This is completely unscripted, like all of my videos in the past. But anyway, I'm going to go through this. Anyway, we're going to start off with Smash 64. The original Smash game, obviously. So, I personally think that 64 is a good game. It's the first of its kind, and it holds up decently well. So, as for the positives, great concept and has aged decently well. So that's the first thing I like about the game. Second of all, everyone is so busted. It's ridiculous. So, basically in 64, everyone does a crazy amount of damage. Combos are insane. And, it can be a lot of fun to watch some of the crazy combos that come out of the game. It's just very interesting, and overall, it's a fun game. It's very enjoyable, with fun mechanics. Yeah, personally, I enjoy 64, but the game has negatives, of course. So let's go through them. Oh yeah, another positive. The game is fairly balanced. I mean, yes, some characters are obviously better than others, but compared to the other Smash games, it's a decently balanced game. I don't think an imbalanced game is bad at all, definitely not, but it's nice that the game's fairly balanced. But the game does have problems. Combos are ridiculously strong, which makes competitive play, which hinders competitive play, because whenever you watch the game, you're either seeing the two players standing around or you're seeing one of them destroying the other. That's how it goes. And of course, since it's the first game, not much content. And yeah, it's lacking mechanics from the later games. So it can feel quite stiff to play. The game just doesn't feel too great because there's not a ton of options. Movement's quite restricted, all that stuff. I'm sorry about my chair, but yeah. That is the first thing I have to say about 64. I don't know. That is everything I have to say about 64. Overall, good game. Oh, it's like a 7 out of 10. Then we have good old Melee. The fan favorite, of course. And I'm going to go over the positives and negatives now. So the first positive, it is a true sequel because it expands on everything the original did. Got more characters, more stages, more game modes. In terms of content, it is a true sequel. Another positive about the game is that it's, fast-paced, which can make the game easy to get into. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of, the game's overall fast pace, I see the appeal. I can definitely see the appeal. But even though I don't heavily enjoy the game, I can easily see the appeal. This is a completely new type of video for me, so it's, kind of weird, I know. So yeah, but there are negatives I have with the game. The game still feels stiff, requires mastering the game to feel remotely smooth. So yeah, my problem with the game is that it just doesn't. It's just so fast, but you just doesn't feel like you have enough control. Like, you really do need to master the game to have full control. I need to stay in red. The control doesn't feel great if you're not great at the game. And the last issue is that getting good at the game can cause issues to your hands because it requires so much tech skill. So yeah, my opinions on the game, I've never been the biggest fan of the game because, I'm going to make it clear, I did play Brawl and 64 before I played Melee, so, it was a weird transition for me playing this game, but, I can't fault it because it's definitely a true sequel. It's also pretty rushed too. So yeah, I'll mention that. Obviously rushed. Okay. I don't know how to rank it. I'm just going to say this. I don't count this game as years of research. Alright. So I just prefer not to rank Melee on the list because it's just weird. It's just weird to me. Alright, we're now moving on to Brawl. Spoiler alert, the best Smash game. Right, so positives. It's the same positive. It's the same thing as Melee, where it feels like a true sequel. Predecessor. Okay, I need to get rid of that. This isn't going to be a quick video. Like, it's going to take me a while to get to Ultimate, but I really do feel like I need to explain a lot of the reasons why I don't enjoy it. So I'm just going through a general overview of the series. So yeah. The game feels extremely smooth and responsive to play. Like, this is like the reason why this is my favorite Smash game is because it just feels so great. Like, the control is just, it's just the best it can be in Smash. Like, everything just feels so smooth. It's just, it's so hard to explain, but just playing it just feels so right. Like, you can move around. Even though you technically have less options, the movement just feels so good. Like, it's obviously not a fast game, but the movement feels great. I can say that much. Great visual and audio presentation. Like, I personally think that the game, it has a unique style and it overall does look good. I do think that the graphics have aged quite well, and it's a nice style, and it still fits really well with the overall theme of the game. And the music is great. The sound effects, they feel great, they sound great, and it just feels very satisfying to play. I'll add that here. And all the voices are decent as well. It definitely has the best voice acting out, all the Smash games to come. And yeah, it's just so hard to explain why I enjoy this game. Plenty of advanced techniques to enrich the experience. Now, as someone who has speedrun in the past, I really enjoy exploits, and this game, it has exploits. I mean, obviously the previous game had exploits as well, but the exploits in this game, they're not something you need to do like 100% of the time. They're just things you do situationally, but they just feel so good to do. Like Dacus and glide tossing, oh man, they're just so great. They really do enrich the experience. Most of the new mechanics are good and add competitive depth to the game. Like, the game made a lot of changes, and I honestly think that most of the mechanics, are pretty good. Even the more controversial stuff, like, hit stun casting, all that stuff, it adds depth to the game, so it really creates a different experience. I guess that's the last positive I'm going to put on here. The game could have easily been Melee, but it wasn't. Devs took a risk to create a great new experience, and even though it didn't appeal to everyone, it was still a valiant attempt. So yeah, that I can go on as to why I think this game is the best, but that's not the point of the video. I might as well mention the few negatives I have with the game. Tripping kinda sucks, although it's not as bad as some would make you believe. Like, tripping is obviously not a good mechanic, but it really is overblown. You really do overblow how bad it actually was. Like, it really wasn't that bad. Some characters are poorly designed. Such as Pokemon Trainer and Yoshi, two examples. Because Pokemon Trainer has a stamina thing, which is just completely stupid. And then you have Yoshi, whose shield doesn't work properly, so that's also pretty dumb. Oh yeah, I think that might be extremely unbalanced. Only a few characters can win Super Majors. Yeah, I guess that's a problem with this game as well. Extremely unbalanced, although not as awful as some would lead you to believe. Oh yeah, there's one more positive I want to add to this game. Everyone is fun to play as, in my opinion. Like, pretty much everyone is fun to play as, and that's crazy. Like, no fighting game should be able to do that, but Brawl does it, and it does it pretty well. Yeah, this game also has the problem with obviously rushed. It was obviously rushed. Now we move on to Smash 4, which I've had mixed opinions of over the years. There have been points where I've liked it, and there have been points where I didn't like it. But this is really the root of things that I don't like in Ultimate. So we're going to start with positives. When it comes to positives of Smash 4, it's built off the groundwork of its predecessor. So for the most part, the game feels decent to play. Yeah, the game, it doesn't feel as smooth as its predecessor, but you can tell that it was made from Brawl, and it still feels decent to play. And the next positive I have, some of the new characters are interesting. I guess that's another positive. Some changes were made for the better, even if I disagree with them. Hit stun cancelling. Like, they made changes to the game which at least I understand, even if I would have preferred what they had before. I can understand why they put them back in the game. So yeah. But I'm going to go through the negatives now as to why I originally didn't really like the game, or why I didn't like the game like when it was dying. Rage. I'm not going to say much about Rage. It was jank and stupid. Although it was funny at times. But that doesn't excuse Rage. It's a terrible mechanic, and it shouldn't have been in the game. New ledge mechanics suck. Let me just say, I'm just going to say this right now. Ledge hogging is way better than ledge trumping. And the reason I believe that is because, with ledge trumping, you can't really edge guard. Like, it limits your edge guarding abilities, and it makes it harder to, edge guard your opponents. They can make it back to the stage easier, and it's just dumb. No, yeah, that's another thing I'm going to bring up. Recoveries were too good, even the trash recoveries. And that kind of links in with the previous point. And my next point, you can no longer push shielding opponents off platforms, which is something I really don't like, because before you could push your opponent off the platform, and it was great because you get rewarded for hitting them off the platform. Like, it's safer that way, and it adds more depth. But when they don't get pushed off the platforms, it sucks. Because your opponent can punish you if you shield at a platform even more easily than if you're in the middle of the stage, which is stupid. It's just stupid, man. Another problem, defensive options were too good. Shielding, rolling, air dodging, etc. They did nerf certain things, like shields are more fragile, so they break more easily, and spot dodging was nerfed, but apart from that, defensive maneuvers were made a lot better. Like, air dodging became extremely spammable. There was less shield pushing, there was less shield pressure, shield pushing was decreased, and of course you can't get pushed on platforms. And just in general, defensive options were just too good. And the last point, patches made the game worse. Top tiers were nerfed too much, and the new DLC characters literally ruined the game competitively. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I do believe that the game got worse as the game was patched. I mean, I have like the vanilla version of the game on my 3DS, and it's actually a better game. Like, it's just so much fun. Pre-patch Diddy is so much fun, man. Not only that, but in that same, in vanilla Smash 3DS, you had Dacus, first of all. And the top tiers were more fun, as I mentioned. Pre-patch Diddy, so much fun. But then they just took that all away. And then we were left with worse top tiers who had to deal with Bayo. And, that wasn't fun. I guess that brings up to another point I don't like. Less advanced techniques / exploits which make the game more shallow. And that brings me to another point. Combos were highly brain dead. Yep. Like, the problem with combos in Smash was that in previous games, you of course had DI and SDI. You could use that stuff to escape the combos. But in Smash 4, that is less effective, so you end up getting comboed. And it's just dumb. Basically had up air a million times into up B, for example. That's just a brief example. So, those were my problems with Smash 4. Those are the things I did not like. Like, I still think the game was fun, but it definitely got worse as time went on. But that brings us to the topic of this video. Ultimate. So, as I said, I don't like Ultimate. But why don't I like Ultimate? Well, let's start off with the things I actually like. Foxtrotting is spammable. Is easily spammable, which is something I quite enjoy, to be honest. But that's one of the things I do like about the game. One of the few things I like, to be honest. What else do I like about Ultimate? Tough to say. I guess large music selection. I guess I like that. But coming up with things I like about Ultimate is really hard because at the end of the day, I don't like the game. So, let's start off with the first problem I have with this game. The game failed to fix the issues I had Smash 4. So that is, the first problem I have with the game, and I've already stated the issues I had. Rage is still dumb. The ledge mechanics still suck. Combos are still lame, etc. And here's the big one, and it adds new issues, which I did not have with the previous games. So, what are those issues? Let's go over them. Alright, first of all, let's talk about the buffer system. Oh my goodness. In previous games, the buffer system was like, okay, you press the button a few frames before your character can actually do the move, and then they do the move. It made execution a little bit easier, but not too easy, and, it worked pretty well. You wouldn't end up doing anything really stupid. You would just do a move, the first frame you can do it. Just made doing frame-perfect moves a bit easier. But, in Ultimate, let's talk about this buffer system. It's so much fun when you're trying to play the game, but you roll or air dodge without trying to, because the game detected an input you did a million years earlier. There have been so many times where you roll or air dodge when you don't intend to, and then you end up dying for it. It's so stupid. Like, why is the buffer system as bad as it is? Why did they change it? I don't know. All I know is that they changed it, and it is terrible now. It's just so dumb. It also makes doing stuff like throw combos much easier and all that stuff, but, I guess that's not as important. The buffer system is dumb. Okay, here's another one. Short hopping. Let's go through short hopping. Free frame jump squats are dumb and should be a bit longer. 3 frames is not enough for a jump squat. It needs to be like at least 4. 4 or 5 is fine. But 3 is just not enough. I mean, there were no jump squats in Smash 4 that were 4 frames. So why did they make that change? I'll tell you why. It's because they were lazy. That's why they did it. They were lazy. Second thing, short hop aerials are weaker, which I understand, but at the same time, it's dumb. Like, it makes sense why short hop aerials are weaker, because of all the changes they made to aerials, but it just makes you not want to short hop, and I guess that's one thing they nerfed, then they didn't even need to nerf it. It's just painful to say the least. But here's the big one. The short hop macro. And there should be an option to turn it off. Oh my goodness, I can't tell you how many times I have tried to do like a full hop up air, for example, But instead, I did a short up air. And to be fair, I had a similar problem in the previous games where instead of doing like a full hop up air, I did like a jump cancel up smash. But oh my goodness, there were so many times where I tried a full hop aerial, but instead I short hop aerial, and it's the dumbest thing. Like, oh my goodness, why? Why? Like, keep it in for like the casuals, but let us turn it off. Like, why can't you turn it off? It's just a bad addition to the game. Like, it's not a bad addition, but the problem is that you're forced to have it on. And that's what makes it bad. It's just so stupid. It's just so dumb. I just hate it so much. And it's infuriating. Alright, next thing. Input lag. I'm not the one to complain about input lag. I mean, I only really complain about input lag if it's really bad, but for the most part, I don't really care. I mean, after all, I do run games on a backwards compatible PS3 where there is additional input lag, so I'm not really the most sensitive person to input lag. But, my lord, it can be bad at times. I mean, there are just so many times when you're playing online, you try and do something, like you try and do an air dodge or whatever, but it doesn't come out, and then you get hit, and then you die. And it's so dumb. There's just too much input lag. It's just so dumb when you try and do something, but then something else happens. I mean, that very occasionally happens to me in the other Smash games, but it happens to me way more in Ultimate than any other Smash game. And it is so dumb, and it's so frustrating as well. Like, I can't blame myself as much in this game. What? Because there are just certain factors like the buffer and the input lag, and it's just so bad. It's just so bad. Right. Next problem. The game cannot remember your character in versus matches. You have to reselect your character every time you do a versus match, and it's so dumb. And here's a reason why it's dumb. The game can remember the CPU's character. And you know what's even dumber? And the game can remember your tag after you turn it off. This is such a simple fix. Yet, somehow in the game. Oh my goodness, I don't know why. But it's so dumb, man. It's just so dumb. I hate it so much. I mean, I don't usually play offline, but it's dumb. It should be fixed. Like, why is something like that in the game? Like, it should be really easy to fix. Like, none of the previous games had these problems. And here's the thing about this game. There are so many little things on this game, and you might be like, these are just minor little things. Why'd you care? Like, what a minuscule inconvenience, not even worth mentioning. But I'm like, these were never in the previous games. Why are they in this game? That's my take on it. Like, they weren't in the previous games, and they shouldn't be in this game. Like, this game really has taught me that Smash fans will literally defend anything in this game. They will defend anything, no matter how objectively worse it is. They will defend literally anything in this game. It's just ridiculous. And that's not the game's fault, to be fair. But still, that's something I've noticed from the Smash community. Oh yeah, and I guess I should bring this up as well. Online is trash. GSP is the worst ranking system I have ever witnessed. Okay, first of all, the GSP just makes playing online frustrating. I mean, this is the case with any ranked game, or any game with like a ranked online mode. But the problem with GSP is that it's so dumb. It's the silliest thing ever. Like, sometimes you'll gain like a few thousand GSP when you win a game. And if you lose hundreds of thousands. That can sometimes happen. Like, whenever you play a new character, you can reach Elite Smash by winning 3 games in a row. But what happens if you lose 3 games in a row? You lose 1,000,000 GSP. And then you have to win like 12 games to get in Elite. It's so stupid. Like, and the thing about GSP is that you literally gain GSP without even playing the game. What? Well, that doesn't make any sense. And the thing about Elite Smash is that it's like, once you get to Elite Smash, you don't want to play your character again. Because if you do, you might lose your Elite Smash. And, you don't want that. And it's dumb. So you just don't want to play that character again. Like, it literally decentivizes you from playing more with that character. Like, it's not like, okay, if I keep doing better, I can rank up. I can keep ranking up. I can keep climbing up the ranks. That's what it's like in any other fighting game. But in this game, it's like, hey, look, you're one of the best players now. Keep winning and you'll stay in and your score will slightly increase. But if you start losing, you'll lose this privilege. And it's just the dumbest thing. Like, why is GSP as awful as it is? They had Bandai Namco working on this game, and they still messed it up. I don't get why GSP is so awful. And I guess the second problem, netcode sucks. I mean, to be fair, I've never played this game with a LAN adapter, but I don't need a LAN adapter to know the netcode is trash, because it is. It really is. Like, the game can lag a lot, input lag is bad, and oh my goodness, just playing online is so frustrating. Especially with many of the problems I've mentioned before. Stuff like rage and all that stuff. It's just oh yeah, I guess that's another thing I should bring up. Shields break way too easily, and too many throws can kill. I mean, throws aren't as bad as 64 when it comes to killing, but there are so many kill throws. It's just so dumb. And of course you have rage, which helps these throws kill you. It's just so dumb. I guess. I mean, it's just dumb. I know that's the thing I've been saying a lot, but man, it's just hard not to say anything else. It's just like this game could have been good, but it's not good. It's just not good. But going back to online, I would like an online. I would like something in the vein of For Glory, like keep the custom rules and such, but make it so that you can select any character after a match, and there's no GSP. Like, just have something like that, like a quick free play mode with no GSP. That's what I want to see in the game. I really do want to see that in the game because it would just make online more fun. Like, it'd be less stressful, it'd be more flexible, and I'm not saying take out Elite Smash, definitely not. I'm saying just add a new online mode. And yes, I know battle arenas exist, but like something else besides battle arenas is what I'm saying. So I'm just gonna say For Glory was literally better, and there should be something similar. I guess bad online is something that all the Smash games have had, but it's literally the worst it's ever been. mean, we've had 3 Smash games. The previous ones had bad online, and you just make it worse. I mean, what? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Just... So yeah, I mentioned that shields break way too easy and too many throws kill, but I want to go over some other issues I have. Why is it green now? Too many clones. New characters are either gimmicky or clones. There are just too many clones in the game. Like half the new characters they announced are clones. And the Echo Fighters. I was just so lazy. I mean, you literally have some Echo Fighters with effort and some with none. I mean, there was just so little effort put into the game overall, in terms of like all the new characters. I mean, let's go back to Brawl, because I didn't even mention one of the things. All the characters. No, I should. What am I doing? All the characters feel unique, and the only characters they removed besides Mewtwo were clones. Like, even the clones in Brawl, like, I can't even call them clones because they're unique. And even the old clones, they changed them so that they're more unique. Like characters like Falco and Gandalf, they got new moves. They got decent overhauls where they're still semi-clones, but they're not like, it's not like all their moves are basically the same. Then you have Ultimate with its Echo Fighters. Alright? So, I'm going to say this right now. Ken is an example of a perfect Echo Fighter. He has unique attributes and he has some different moves. That is what the Echo Fighter should be. And then you have Daisy, who is literally just Peach with different hitboxes. And by hitboxes, I mean hurtboxes. So the only difference between the two princesses is that their hurtboxes are slightly different. No differences with their attributes, no differences with any of their moves. It's just the hurtboxes. That's the only difference. And I guess they have different taunts as well, but who cares? Could have done so much more. But no, they did the laziest thing possible. I mean, I just don't know. Lacking single player content. I probably should have gone over these things first, but I didn't think of them at first, so yeah. World of Light sucks. Spirits are dumb. Classic mode is okay. Mob Smash, or Multi-Man Smash, as it should be called. And what else is there? There's no stadium mode, no break the targets, no home run contest, no stage builder, no event match, although I guess World of Light replaces that. There's just nothing in terms of single player content. There's just not really that much single player content at all. This is like, where's the single player content? Where's it all gone? It's like they got rid of all of it. So, I don't really know if I have anything else to say, but if you want my TLDR on why I don't like Ultimate, I think the mechanics suck. The game doesn't fix the problems I had with Smash 4. The online is trash. There's not really much else besides, the competitive aspect of being like. There's a ton of stages and characters. I mean, I'll give it that. A lot of stages / characters to appease audiences. And I guess I'm put this here. Patches can make or break the game. The patches they could make the game better. They could add more content, make the online better, and all that sort of stuff. Or they can just not do that stuff, nerf the actual fun characters. I'm not gonna lie. I said new characters are either gimmicky or clones, but there are fun new characters. Inklings are pretty fun. I do quite like the Inklings. But, I mean, all of the new characters are like some sort of gimmick. I'm not saying they're not fun, I'm just saying they're gimmicky. Like, Inklings have ink, K-Rool has the weird super armor thing, Incineroar has revenge. But at the end of the day, a new patch is coming out soon, and we're just going to see how that's going to affect the game. So yeah. Overall, I don't like Ultimate, and here are the issues I have with the game. They are right here. I mean, that obviously doesn't go into full detail, but that's my basic TLDR of why I don't like the game. There's probably even more things which I haven't even mentioned, but yeah, I guess the last thing I must include: the game lacks the fluidity, smoothness, so it feels kind of clunky. As a result, despite the faster pace of the game. So yeah, I'm done now. I am just done. I can only say so many things. Hopefully I've made it clear enough as to why I don't like the game. And if I haven't, what I'm going to say is that the mechanics suck and online sucks and it's just not fun. That's all I really have to say. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching, if you actually made it this far. Yeah, bye guys.